Professor Ankur Jha is the moderator. So over to you, Ankur. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you, Professor Sakshi. Namaskar. Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to the evening session. As Professor Sakshi has mentioned, the key speaker of the session is Professor Sanjeev Parashar. He presently works as a professor in marketing and is Dean Academics with Indian Institute of Management, Raipur. Presently, Professor Parashar has 31 years of academic experience teaching postgraduate management courses, corporate training, and consulting. He has published more than 70 research papers, 74 case studies in prominent international journals of repute. His research works have been published in globally reputed journals like the Journal of Retailing and Consumer Studies, Journal of Consumer Marketing, Tourism Economics, and Journal of Global Information Management. Case studies authored by him are available at Harvard Business Publishing, IB Publishing, and Emerging Market Case Studies. Professor Parashar has 12,000 hours of training experience with prominent business establishments, government institutions and agencies, not-for-profit organizations, and academic institutions. He has handled more than 80 instruments, tools in selling skills, case writing methodology, and behavioral area under different domains, with clients as diverse as multinational and international corporations, government agencies, NGOs, etc. in last 25 years. We are very grateful to have you among us, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Before we start the session, I would request International Summit on Management Case Study co-chairperson, Professor Sakshi, to present a memento to our keynote speaker as a mark of our gratitude. Professor Sakshi.
So this is a small token of appreciation from the center on the behalf of the center and the ICMC. So sir, we'll send you by the post on Monday, preferably. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor. Now let's coming back to the session. The topic of current session is very interesting or fascinating rather, and very relevant to the current global situation. That is managing a Chinese virus, connecting dots and anecdotes. Now, before I hand over the session to Professor Parashar, I would request you all to put yourself on mute. We will have a question and answer session at the end. If there is an at the end. So if there is an option or in line with your session's idea, you can also mention that. You need not to mention that. You keep that for till the end. Thank you. Over to you, Professor Parashar.
Many thanks, Professor Jha, Professor Sakshi, Professor Hajarika, for giving me an opportunity, and all the members over there from Atal Bihari Vajpayee Center for Leadership, Policy and Governance. I'll just start with share. Okay. Professor Jha, is the slide available?
Yes, sir, it's visible to me.
Thank you. So here we start.
Yes, sir. We shall.
Sure. First of all, a very personal thought of mine. Sakshi ji used the word corona and COVID-19, and I slightly still am stuck on the word Chinese virus. For I consider corona or COVID-19 is a pseudonym given by WHO under the behest and on the behest of China. I hope we understand that Spanish flu, or for that matter New York, and so it should be called as either Chinese virus or Wuhan virus. So please permit me to use the word Chinese virus as I move on. So here I start, and my thought today is slightly complex. I would try to evolve on the reverse direction to the end, wherein I will say here is the dilemma and you open on. If you people have ever seen movies from Adur Gopal or Shyam Benegal or Satyajit Ray, I know there is something called as touch to the quick, and there is a nail, and we are on the front part of the seat, and then there is abrupt end. For I want you people, and my purpose of the day's talk would be, I want you to be provoked, I want to evoke, I want to evocate and provocate, and that's all. In this process, I would be playing with the two different tracks parallelly. One is ethnography, ethnomapping. That is a very famous theology series, Ode to Mother. And parallelly, I would bring you to the contemporary perspective of what has happened in 2 or 3 nations. And then in between, we'll try to build on what is very favorite for my Professor Shailendra Singh ji also, and that's called Situational School of Leadership or Situational Theory of Leadership. So here I start, and there are the 2 verdicts available, and I'll clean the verdicts easily. As I shared, the title of mine would be Managing Chinese Virus, Connecting Dots and Anecdotes. Before coming down to this, I shared with you the methodology I'm taking is ethnomapping with 1 track and content analysis as the 2nd track. And you will see me parallelly moving the 2 tracks. You must have seen some of the Indian movies, more specifically Malayalam movies or Bengali movies, wherein the 2 tracks are allowed to play. And then there is an open thought for the people to draw some parities coming in, and that is my way of talking to you today. Let me start with the biggest epic of Indian history, and that is Mahabharata. Kurukshetra was over. That was the last day of Mahabharata. 5.5 people alive over there at Kurukshetra. 5 Pandavas and half that Bhishma Pitamaha. It was all bloodshed. Dead bodies lying around, crying dogs, wailing vultures, eagles all around. And for the fact we know, no one wins the war, no one wins the battle. It was a period of loss. We have lost our 100 brothers. We have lost the entire clan, Kuru Vansh ka Ant, and that's Kurukshetra. What someone was supposed to be the king, and Hastinapur was waiting. It was the time for we people to start moving from Kurukshetra to Hastinapur. Yes, the time has come. 2 days of condolence and 2 days of mourning. And 3rd day, that's the bright sun and the new dawn. The palace was ready. What a great ensemble. And in this palace, on a higher side pedestal, the new Rajguru and Kulguru are sitting. Just opposite them is a most beautiful lady sitting beautifully adorned. And that's none other than the lady who has waited for 31 years. It's Kunti. And what is she thinking? Kunti is thinking, Konte Raj ki main beti, I was a daughter of a king. When my father got me married into Hastinapur, he dreamt one day, ek din banegi meri bitiya Rani. My daughter would be the queen of Hastinapur. So sad, alas, I got widow. I had to move around with my 5 sons. I could not become the queen. The day has come. Today I would be the queen mother to Hastinapur. And yes, it's my day. Opposite Kunti are the 4 sons, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul and Sahdev. And next to the lady on the right side is another beautiful lady. The lady Draupadi, around whom the entire Mahabharata was pivoted. And she is the witness to every moment of the day and every moment of the war. It was 8 a.m. in the morning, presumably. And those all Indians who have ever seen Hindi movies, 2 or 3 Hindi movies, and I promise you, you must have heard a very famous dialogue, most repeated dialogue of Hindi movies. Murat ka samay nikla ja raha hai, kanya ko bulao. Oh my God, I can see smile from some faces. Mr. Jha, have you heard this?
Many a times, sir. Many a times.
Many a times. Believe you me? Yes, I can see Sakshi ma'am also enjoying. So that's what exactly the conspicuous absence of Yudhishthir made this particular sentence loud over there. Kulguru immediately looked at Kunti and said, "Hey Kunti, where is your son? Murat ka samay nikla ja raha hai, jaldi se bulao." And Kunti immediately looked at Draupadi. "Hey Draupadi, where is your Swami?" Draupadi got up, ran over to the palace, presumably where this man must be getting ready. She banged the door open. To the shock of this lady, Yudhishthir was not getting ready. On the contrary, she saw the man sitting in the corner on the floor and crying, wailing loudly. And this lady lost it. She went close to the man, took her hands in her hands, and she said the same dialogue what her mother-in-law was thinking just few moments back. Konte Raj ki main beti. I was a daughter of a king. When my father got married to you five, my father was under the total impression, total trust and faith that my daughter would be the queen of Hastinapur. Hey man, come on, get up. Be the king and make me the queen. Instead of getting up, Yudhishthir started loudly wailing on. And this lady lost it. She pulled the man up. Yudhishthir stood up and he asked one question to his wife. And that question is more prominent to you, me, and every management student and practitioner of the day. This man asked his wife, hey, Draupadi, go and ask my mom, when did she teach me Raj Dharma? And that's all. This prashna is bigger than Yaksh prashna. When did she teach me Raj Dharma? All she taught me was Bhikshan Dehi, Bhikshan Dehi. All she taught me was how to roam around, wander around in the jungles. She taught me how to save ourselves out of Lakshagri. She never taught me what is Raj Dharma. She never taught me what is the role and responsibility, what is the duty of a king. And that's the bigger prashna. We all people, you, me, we become directors and principals and teachers of management. We become CEOs and GMs across the industries. But is there someone who teaches us what is the rule and a role, what is the duty and a responsibility of a leader? We teach our students something called analytics. We teach any tool and technique for decision making. What does that make a person leader? And this is my first anecdote, and I slash the call now. This is all about Raj Dharma. What a great epic India can give to the world. Theory of leadership. So unfortunate that we people look forward to Black and Mountain and all other things when we people have our own leadership schools and thoughts as equal to any institution. Now over to the other corner of Raj Dharma is Praja Dharma. Because situational theory of leadership says it's not the leader, it's the followers who define the leader. Begum Bagair Badshah Kis Kam Ka. It is the Begum which defines the value of a Badshah. Can we take a call? And here I start. In order to draw what exactly is Praja Dharma, I take a lineage for a very famous series in theology, and that is Ode to Mother. My friends from English literature, they know ode basically is an English word. It's a form of poetry which has near equivalent in India, Sanstuti, Stuti, Stotram, or Chalisa. It's a prayer to someone. And this entire theology was created on a hypothesis that what is Sakshi? Who is Sakshi? Who is Ankur? Who is Mr. Hajarika? Who is Dr. Parashar? Who is Dr. Shailendra? They are all none other than the reflection of their mothers. So the hypothesis was any person, any family, any society, any country, any civilization becomes big or remains small. It's absolutely dependent on what mothers do to the child. That's all. And the corollary was very clear. Each one of an entity, whether a nation, whether a society, whether a family, or whether a child individual, is a reflection of the mother. So here I start what exactly happened in this particular story. What did they do? With this hypothesis, they went across the different nations. They covered 14 different civilizations. They tried to read what the civilization is, and they tried to correlate it with what mothers have been doing to the child over there. So being a group of Americans, I'm sure each one of you people can understand which country they would have gone first, the country that fascinates to them most. This is a beautiful country, small country, surrounded by sea, no land at all. 4 islands, Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku, and Kyushu. The North Island, that is Hokkaido, is all snow and ice. Honshu is overpopulated. God has not given this particular country anything. No mines, no minerals, all surrounded by sea. The only thing God has given to them in abundance is earthquake. Jitne jhatke khane din mein khao. The only country in the world which has horizontal earthquakes and vertical earthquakes, and averagely this country has 4 to 6 earthquakes a day. And the people are good. This is the nation which fascinated America for 4 decades. And that's none other than Japan. Oh, what a nation. The country which was overpopulated. When I went to Japan for the first time, stayed there for 1 year, believe you me, my friends, the width of my room in which I am sitting and talking to you is bigger than the size of the road in Japan. They don't have place, they don't have roads, they don't have anything. And 1945-46, you people are aware, the world saw the dirtiest thing that happened to Indian mankind, world mankind, and that was Hiroshima and Nagasaki. America ruined the two cities, and hence entire nation collapsed. And I'm sure you people are aware that 1948, America played the dirtiest and the rawest game on earth. And what did they do? They went over to this particular United Nations, got a resolution passed over there that no country on earth should give grant, loan, and aid to Japan. That was the way Japan was ruined. On the contrary, you people are aware, when India got independent, what happened? Britain immediately came back. Within 3 months, Britain came back to India. Hey, Baba, hamara dost ban jao. Become a member of what you call Commonwealth nations, and we give you a lot of pound sterling, Baba. And America was trying to romanticize India and say, hey, hamare saath dosti karo. Soft loan, 0.5%. Commitment fees, 0.75%. It was nothing but a poison to India. They were doing it all the way. And then I have Durgapur steel plant, Bhilai steel plant, Rourkela steel plant. Germany was giving, France was giving, Russia was giving, USSR was giving, all defense technology. India was being pampered. But I'm sure you people are aware, not in a single country ever went over to Japan and said, hey, Japan, here is the dollar. And believe you me, my brothers and sisters, you young boys, your young generation, Japan didn't have even a single dollar. And there was nothing called as reconstruction. It was the destroyed nation. So by 1960, I'm sure you people are aware, when Japan was a country, they had a small university called University of Tokyo. There was a small lab, and this lab would have small few things. Most of the schools and colleges in Japan never had any laboratories even. So can you believe over there, Dr. Jha, that the schools and the college kids were given a round trip to Tokyo University, and they would literally walk like a university like a park, and they would say, oh, this is called Beaker, this is called jar. And that was Japan, and that's the story you people can appreciate. Japan has never done any R&D. Japan never got nothing of Nobel awards. They never became an engineering nation. 1960s, Raj Kapoor was singing a beautiful song, and the song was Mera Juta Hai Japani. And you people are aware. What is Japani Juta? And it's a simple same term, analogous to what we people have Chinese goods and Chinese mall in India today. Those Indians who cannot buy Bata or Corona or BSC shoe, he will go over there to Lal Kila ke samne, Patri ka market, and he will buy 75 paisa or 1 rupee ka juta. Shoe with the hole. That was what Japan was. Oh, understand that. Japan never had anything. And 1980s, February, one good morning, early, windy, chilly morning of February 1980, and Japan loudly shouted, hey, America, we have $800 billion. Oh my God, the students of international economics and some professors sitting from economics and finance, they can understand. If Japan declares we have $800 billion, that means that day Japan had more dollars than America. And that's what exactly we people know. There are more stances where yen decides the value of dollar rather than the vice versa. And America was shocked. How can Japan do it? But Japan did it. So you go over to smaller towns like Baltimore or Milwaukee, or you go to the bigger towns over there like San Francisco, you see what's there in US. All the cars are Honda, Toyota, Suzuki, Nissan, Mitsubishi, Isuzu. Japan doesn't have raw iron. Please, boys, girls. Japan never had raw iron. They imported raw iron from India. took it over to Japan, manufactured the steel over there, and Nippon Steel is much better priced and much better quality. That's what exactly Japan was. And in this process, they ruined US Steel. They ruined literally the second largest industry of US, that is entertainment. Warner's, Columbia, Universal, TriStar, you name the studio. That was the time when most of the studios were owned by Sony or Panasonic. In this process, Ford Motors and General Motors were lost. And I'm sure your generation knows it better that for last 11 years, every year General Motors and Ford Motors is asking US Congress, hey Baba, thoda kuch de do, nahi to we would collapse. And there would be a question of employment or unemployment that way. This is Japan. I will not take you more, but then this is the reason why Americans are fascinated with Japan. The first chapter was written by Americans on Japan. So what did they do? They went over there to the Japanese houses in Nagoya and Kobe. They went over there in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Osaka and Tokyo, and they started peeping into the houses. Oh, beautiful. What a beauty they were doing. So when they were peeping into the house, they saw every Japanese house a beautiful thing. A lady is standing over there in one side, and after around 5 or 6 feet away from the lady, there's a small baby sitting on a floor. And this lady is continuously doing, she's a mom, and she's continuously doing, come on, baby, come on, get up, come on, get up, come on, get up. Now read the ethnography. You people are from the qualitative researchers. You can understand slice of life and then draw conclusions. That's the way you can write case studies. So peeping into the window, seeing a mother standing away from the child, she is not holding the child. She is a mom. Child is much away, and she is continuously doing, come on, get up, come on, get up, come on, get up. In this process, she is not just teaching the child to stand and walk. She is teaching the child self-reliant, self-dependent. You have to be independent of our own. No one on earth would stand up to help you out. You have to make your own. And that's what exactly was the postulation. The postulation or a hypothesis was, you are a reflection of a mother. Even a country is reflection of the mother. And Japan stood of its own. And that's what exactly. So Japanese mom is continuously doing, come on, get up, come on, get up, come on, get up. And the people over there, the baby will stand of its own, start walking 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, and baby's first day for walking, baby falls. And to the shock of Americans, the baby was not picked up by mom. She didn't run to pick the baby. On the contrary, she continued to stand over there and say, come on, get up, come on, get up, come on, get up. Why was she not interested in picking up the baby? Why did she run to pick the baby? Because she wanted to teach the child failures are part of life. And Japanese are not afraid of failure. The new education policy in India, you people are watching, absolutely in line with what the global policies are. Nahi to India mein kya hota hai? When Ankur Jha went first time to his father and said, Papa, I want to do psychology. Half of the time the family members will say, hey, tumse na ho paega. तुम तो नाक कटा के रख देंगे. तुम तो आर्ट्स कर दो, तुम तो साइंस कर दो, तुम तो ये कर दो. We work out there on the rented knowledge. They are the ones who talk out there. Let the failures be there. Japan is the only country in the world. When you go out there on the test labs, they never say how many times the product has failed before the launch. Take an example of success product called Wagoner. I'm sure each one of you people must have read the documents that are available out there on the Google, which say 39 times Wagoner failed. And then all of a sudden in countries like India, Wagoner emerged as #1 tall boy car. The failures don't make that particular thing fall. That's Japan. On the contrary, let me ask Sakshi, can you talk to me for 2 seconds? Sakshi, what happens when Indians walk? And like in your case also, you must have fallen sometime. Chalte chalte kabhi gir gaye. Sakshi, have you ever fallen like that?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, हम लोग इंडियंस क्या करते हैं जब चलते चलते गिर जाते हैं तो सबसे पहले क्या करते हैं?
So, like just will get up out of it, like
Oh,
करने
no,
लगे,
Sakshi.
देखने
No.
लगेंगे अगल बगल कोई देख तो नहीं रहा है.
Ah, there it is. Sakshi is the most intelligent lady on earth now. And yes, that's what exactly we Indians are. The first thing we fall and immediately see, किसने देखा? Because we are ashamed of failures. The guilt immediately bounces on us. And there is the crisis. No one has guilt in Japan ever on earth saying thereby that we were the country which was bombarded by America for Nagasaki or Hiroshima. I'm taking a track for you people to evolve your thoughts on leadership. So the baby falls and mom continues to do, come on, get up. For she is interested in teaching the child the failures are part of life. And very importantly, when baby gets up, Baby started walking again, and very beautiful, very surprising thing happened to these Americans. What did they saw? The moment baby was just close to touch the mom, mom didn't give us space. Mom, rather, on the contrary, she took 3 steps back and again started the place. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, start. Why did she not allow the child to touch her? Because somewhere down the line, Japanese want to teach the child targets are never achieved. Every day you have to chase the targets. Unlike we Indians, शाम के 4 बज गए, अभी मैं कोई फाइल को हाथ नहीं लगाएगा. And Ankush sir is saying, जैसे ही कॉन्फ्रेंस खत्म होएगी मैं सो जाऊंगा, 3 दिन में किसी से बात भी नहीं करूंगा. And I have my colleagues in my campus also, and Sakshi ma'am, Ajarika sir, you must also have many colleagues over there who would say, इस term में मेरा बस अगला कोर्स है, अगले 3 महीने में किताब को हाथ भी नहीं लगाऊंगा. Oh, there it is. What will people have? And there is, so Japan. Now let's take a call. So what did I talk so far is Ode to Mother, first chapter Japan, and here it is. It's all the value of self-reliant and self-dependent. Failures are part of life and targets are never achieved. I take you to the second slot. And what is the second slot I told you? Pandemic. Now let me talk. I taught you Ode to Mother, that was done around 40 years back. And now I'm taking you to the current. What did Japan do? Let's talk. Japan, third country in the world to have the first case way back 2020, January itself. And can you believe in 9 months, Japan had 82,000 cases and unfortunately 1,500 deaths also. But if you compare it relatively with other countries, Japan just had a moderate exposure to the Chinese virus. The maximum reproductive number in Japan was 1.38. And later on, it fell down less than 1. And I'm sure you people are aware, this is much respected because America never had less than 1. Reproductive rate, that means every person who was getting infected, he was further infecting others. And can you further believe? The beauty of Japan was that 80% of the population who were infected in Japan, they never passed on the infection to others. Now understand my language. There is the answer now. 80% of the infected people never passed on infection to others. That means it was all human behavior. And now I'm using the word which morning Dr. Leheria was talking. Dr. Leheria said a lot of interventions India is doing. But the question is, it is the behavioral change that's important. Importantly, the word was very clear on the fact that elderlies are the most vulnerable group. And believe you me, Japan had the highest per capita older population. Another very important, it's all the game of how can you maintain that social distance. Unfortunately, Japan doesn't have distances because it's overpopulated. Major time, if you see the 6 towns, 6 cities, and the entire population is packed into the huge towns. But can you believe maximum fatality Japan had was 2.8%. Why did it happen? On the contrary, the US fatality rate was as high as 14.5%. Even Italia touched it 15%. And very important thing, maximum cases of pandemic, Chinese virus happened over there to the population 20 to 29. This year's population in Japan had the maximum 22,000 cases. But can you believe they didn't die? Only 2 fatalities, only 2 deaths in this case. On the contrary, Japan was successful enough in containing the most fatal group, which is 80 years plus, only 896 deaths. They were able to save that. So why did they do it? Because their objective was very clear. They wanted to suppress the virus and minimize the socio-economic damage to the country. Underline the word socio-economic damage to the country. Now let me have a privilege of talking to you. In India, people don't talk country at all. People talk my state, my community, my religion, my populace, and many my things. Japan immediately revised, and that's what exactly I shared with you. Japan never failed to respect the failure. And that's what is Japan revised its disease monitoring system. And what did they do? Can you appreciate? The first case itself happened with Japan was very strong enough, an entire country backed Abe. What was that? The Diamond Princess ship or a cruise came to Japan. 3,700 passengers were there and crew members were there. When they were disembarking, one person from Hong Kong who was disembarking was found to have COVID. They immediately quarantined entire ship. All the people were made to sit over there 14 days in the ship. 712 people ultimately were infected and 13 died. What believe you me, my brothers and sisters, not even a single person in Japan stood up and said, human rights, Jindabad, Murdabad. Unlike India, where people like Swara Bhaskar would start doing and filing a case over there with the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court would be asked to open at 2 a.m. in the morning. अरे एक आदमी मर जाएगा. Over there, it's not Admi, it's the country. And that's what exactly. Now see the beautiful word. Can you believe? Japan created national emergency, but there was no curfew. 6 localities and Tokyo were put under national emergency, and for them, emergency basically means let's promote social distancing. That's all. They never went in for an India-like situation, India-wide. Our Prime Minister was forced to put the people under lockdown because people don't wave. I'm sure you people must have seen. I have seen towns like Jaipur, Ranchi, and Raipur, beat great towns, wherein police was literally pleading like this, hey, Baba, ghar mein raho na. Police pleading? In Japan, no one need to plead because it was promoting the social distance and people were simply talking. Oh, reduce your virus spread, start teleworking, that's all. And this is what exactly Japan model. And I hope those who were there with me in the morning in Professor Laheria, Dr. Laheria's talk, they can appreciate. He was continuously using the word Japan model. So what did they do? Now you can understand India and entire world, all the countries in the world except Japan. We people are testing entire country's population. And testing badhao, testing badhao, testing badhao. Except for one lady who sits over there in Bengal. She is any which way not interested in listening to anyone. The rest of the countries, everywhere the push was test badhao, test badhao. Japan never went in for test badhao. Japan never went for the prospective approach. Japan went on the contrary to retrospective monitoring approach. And what is retrospective? They simply try to find out, is there someone who has got the COVID? And then they try to go back to find out what are the possible positions this person must have got infected from. And from that source, they try to identify all the possible areas which must have been infected and then put the people into consideration. Understand? And that's what exactly the retrospective method is considered to be more reliable. And Japan played this particular risk. Why did they play this risk? Because I told you, Japan is not afraid of failures. Even if that particular things would have failed, no Japanese would have stood up and said, hey, you soiled us. Unlike in India, I'm working for a state as an advisor, Kerala, and my friends who have ever been to Kerala, they can understand. Any failure out there, किसी का घर में उसका wife भी भाग जाएगा, daughter भी भाग जाएगा, then also this guy has a reason to say, hey, Modi global enemy, because Modi is global enemy, so then let's put the blame on Modi. Japan never did it because failures are respected, because that's the nation. So they tried to identify more reliably initial source of infection and immediately then they started taking the contacts rather than the reverse, what we people are doing. And even America, even Britain, they have been severely failing. Russia severely faltered, and I'm sure you people are aware. And China is the country which no one knows. Huh? So there is the case. Now, can you see? So what is Japan's way of doing it? Behavioral. I'm not talking interventions. I'm not a science person. I'm a student of psychology for 36 years. That's all I'm talking, the behavioral psychology. People were asked to avoid, underline the word, they were not forced to avoid. People were asked to avoid large gatherings, encourage teleworking, avoid unimportant trips, and very importantly, they played the game called as 3Cs. 3C basically means closed spaces, nahi jane ka baba, crowded places, nahi jane ka, and no close contact setting. That's all. And very beautifully, they came to know that more we speak loudly, more we sing, more spitting happens. So please, Baba, thoda dhire dhire bolne ka aur gana nahi gaane ka. Ah, there it is. And in India, what was happening? I'm sure you people are aware. In my own town, Raipur, there was a classic case where some politicians tried to overbook AIMS beds. In Japan, people never went in for hospitals. Rather, it was considered that going to hospital means there's a more chance. It's a hotbed of Chinese virus. So let's be away from that. And everywhere the indigenous technology as your theme is, they try to make use of robots to take care of the patients in the hospitals and hotels. And can you believe the maximum peak of Chinese virus? And Japan had only 17% of the beds occupied. On the contrary, a very aggressive MP, most respected MP from Bangalore, you people have been watching how last month literally had to go into the Bangalore hospitals and expose the fact that there were many people, corporators and MLAs and all other people, they are overbooking in the pseudo names for that. Oh, are we so fatalist? Mar jayenge hum? This is what India versus Japan. Japan never did it. Japan created tracing app, Cocoa. Can you just imagine? There was hardly a gap of 17 days. India also created Arogya Setu. Japan created Cocoa. If anyone in your class or group cohort who thinks that India is anyway far behind, sorry dear, we were just close to Japan on every technology. On many technologies, we are much ahead. But can you believe what is the difference? The difference is that American Post immediately came up with the fact that 93 point people who are adult people, they were hooked to Cocoa. On the contrary, in America itself, people were not using apps. Only 43% of the people were using apps. And then that was even worse in UK. People said, why should I? A typical arrogance, British arrogance. And India, you know, there were politicians who started campaigning. Mera tracking shuru ho jayega. One of the senior leaders of South India, he even went over to the press. Who has the right to track me? Oh, Baba, tum kidhar galat jagah jayega? Tumhare ko tracking se kyon dar hai? So there was an agitation, presumably only in one country, India. And of course, Americans are any which way. Each person in America is a country. But in Japan, now just see, this is called ensemble. This is what is called behavior. This is what exactly is called acceptance. People were not forced to remain at home. They did it in general, and people have complied with the authority. And this is the difference. So what did people do? And you can appreciate culturally also, Japanese people don't hug each other. They have a way of going rather than shaking hands and embracing or kissing and all. And you can understand the reasons are very soft and clear. So Japan, the government of Japan took no measures. Believe you me, the second wave started. There was a lot of controversy, and I'm sure you people are aware. There is a controversy related to media. Media is in the hands of some people who try to destabilize countries. And in India also, we are victim now, you people are watching. So what exactly happened? Al Jazeera, BBC, and there's a lot of cross tunneling between Al Jazeera and BBC and Washington Post and the New York Times, and you know it. So they were pushing Japan to go for something bigger because Olympics are there, but Japan never did it. And you can understand the maximum reproductive index goes to 1.8, which further fell down. So Japan is okay because our people are good. And there it is. So there's no fear of possible collapse. And Japan people, government relied thoroughly on the public to support them. And Japan asked people to look after themselves. And that's all. Thank you. Just imagine if in your country, in your family, I say, okay, look after yourself. Take good care. Take good care basically means going out. And if people in India, they ask, police says, Baba, sab log ghar ke andar raho, and still a man goes out घूमने के लिए, and the person says, police wala say, hey, बाहर क्यों आया? ये देखने के लिए आया कि कौन-कौन घूमने आया बाहर. No, we are attitudinally different. And in Japan also, in India, we happen to have Covaxin and Covishield. Come what may, we are also doing it. So is Japan trying to do it. And Daiichi and all this, Sankyo Daiichi is collaborated with the University of Tokyo, and the government of Japan is also equally. If Sita Raman is doling the money, they are also doling the money. I mean to say, even India is doing it as what the world countries are doing it. So Japan doled out nearly 10 billion, and the Prime Minister over there has promised that all the people by mid-2021, they would be vaccinated. So this is what exactly, can you see the last point of the discussion over here is, it is all the behavioral modification of the citizen that takes any social intervention for the call. So now question again goes is, where is Raj Dharma? Oh God. So is it the Raj Dharma? Is it the only leadership roles or someone else to play to support and complement the leadership roles? And that's all for us. So I'm not going to take it further. So this is all my review. And then I immediately take to you people to the second ode. And now I come back to all my friends over there. Sakshi ji is there. Hajarika sir is there. Hajarika sir, can you tell me the country, which would be the second country these Americans would have studied? And believe you me, this country, word is literally, this country rules the world. You can tell me from Google that this
Maybe China?
America threatens Japan. It has threatened China every day. Even India को भी threaten किया. Russia से लड़ाई करता है, Britain से लड़ाई करता है. But this is a small country. America has no history of threatening this country. Name the country.
South Korea, maybe?
No, sir. India. Indians have become fan of this country just last month, and this country is just 85 lakh population. And this is the world's #1 defense technology now, #1 agriculture technology now, #1 irrigation technology.
Israel,
now.
then, sir?
It has to be Israel. A country surrounded by 31 fidine countries. Think of it. 31 fidine countries: Jordan, Syria, Yemen, Morocco, Algeria, Sudan, Egypt. Every country, and UAE and Saudi, and every country wants to kill these people. But these people are not afraid of anyone. Who dominates the US Congress? Now you people know it. Who dominates over there? US Pentagon. You know it. Who dominates European Commercial Bank? You know it. Bank of England also, they control it. And it is a small population called 85 lakh population. 270 kilometers north to south. And this is a great country. Think of it. I will not speak much, but then you can appreciate such a vitality is there in this country that when the morning a child goes to the school, mother is there to do the goodbye kiss because she is not aware whether the child will come back or not. But then this is the country which knows how to manage it. And I'm sure why I'm taking this case, because in Corona, Chinese pandemic also, you people are watching the first country to open up with 100% inoculation. You may stand up and say, Baba, what are you talking? It is 85 lakh. India could have also been done into 85 lakh, and each one of you students, you understand, in your 11th and 12th class, you always say, Baba, why do they teach differentiation and integration? Kar lo na yahan. But we don't do it. So let me take 2 minutes further. When these Americans were peeping into the Israeli houses at Haifa or Tel Aviv or Jerusalem, what did they watch? They saw a very beautiful thing. A lady standing out there in the room and a small baby, 5 feet, 6 feet away. And the mom is saying, come on, baby, get up, come on, baby, walk. And these scientists were just wondering, psychologists were wondering, how can Japan, the most emotional country, and how can this particular Israel, the most fiery country, fighting country, how these two countries can teach the child same way? The difference only they could see was this child. Israeli lady is 6 feet 4 inch, and most of the ladies might hold petasia. What is petasia? Stain gun. But is this what exactly the way to teach? No. So what did they find? They found there's a lady, there's a baby, but between the lady and a baby, there were large number of obstacles. There were large number of soft toys, furniture. On the one side is the baby, another side is the mom, and now mom says, come on, baby, walk. Why has she put all these things over there for the Israeli child? And now she's saying, come on, baby, walk. Come on, baby, walk. How can baby walk? But she wants to inculcate the value that obstacles are part of life. Dr. Jha, I don't know your family, but I know one thing, that till day your mom, she would always take care. Achha, apna sari se sara cheez saaf karega, and she will say, beta, tum baith jao. On the contrary, Israeli mom is the other way around. She would put all the nonsense things over there, all obstacles over there, hurdles over there, and then she says, now you do it. And that's what exactly is ode to mother. So what do we see over there in Israel? Let's take some lessons and immediately go over to the pond. And this is what exactly. She teaches self-reliant, she teaches self-dependent, and she teaches obstacles are part of life. वो लुट गए, पिट गए, मर गए, मेरे बच्चे का कोवैक्सीन इंडिया से बाहर मोदी ने भेज दिया. No रोना धोना like this. Obstacles are part of life and we have to do it. हमारा कोवैक्सीन नहीं आ गया. अरे रुक जाओ यार, कोवैक्सीन को पता, किसी को मालूम नहीं कोवैक्सीन कब आएगा. Wait. And she teaches the child, learn to fail and fall. Underline the words. That's Israel. And very importantly, Japanese teach targets are never achieved. You have to perform daily. On the contrary, Israelis are the people in the world who have killing instinct. Targets are to be achieved, come what may. So let's see what did this do. Now you will see a very beautiful ensemble of words which are opposite to Japan. And can you see the first word itself is Israel started with directives. Oh, beautiful, such a word. Japan never had directives. They simply pleaded, they simply shared, they simply asked. And Israel says, there is a directive. You have to manage it. Israel is the only country in the world which really teaches you management in the sense like every person must have objectives, goals, targets, policies, strategies, and tactics, program, procedures, and rules, and then budgets. Even for a debt, they are the only people in the world who set budget. See the level they have done. And can you believe? Outrightly, Israel said only outpatient settings. That means please don't rush over to hospitals. Unlike India, I repeat once again, you people have been watching how Indians have done it. Overbooking of the hospitals over there in Rajasthan, overbooking of hospitals in Punjab and Karnataka. This is what exactly the country. And very importantly, they designed, the document defined the conditions for hospitalization. India में क्या ओ खांसी आ गया डॉक्टर मेरे को एडमिट कर दो मैं मर जाएगा जल्दी से. Until day we people are not realizing there is more fatality when you are hospitalized. घर में किसी का डेथ नहीं हुआ इंडिया में. इंडिया में आइसोलेशन में घर में और आइसोलेशन किया हार्डली एनी डेथ्स हॉस्पिटल में. लेकिन मेरे को फिर भी उसके पास ही जाना ऊपर वाले के पास तुम जल्दी से ले लो. And there it is. Can you believe Israel created a situation wherein you have to fulfill the conditions and then only you will go over to hospitalization. See the way they managed it. And see the third word, that is decree. Please remember, they were the ones into promulgations. Everything was ordered, promulgation. Aaj se aisa hoga, and that's all. And the Prime Minister and the Director General of Ministry of Health, that's what exactly, they were the ones who were managing it. Decisions would be done at the central level. And underlying the word, everywhere the issue was surveillance, communication, and report. Unlike India, wherein people entered over there, landed under what you call which Bharat, Vande Bharat, they landed at Ahmedabad, they landed at Kochi, and they ran out. Toilet mein jaake chup gaya. You cannot do hiding. India mein people were hiding, people were running away. Okay, your surveillance is there, communication is there, and reporting is there. And can you, for shock to all Indians, this is what exactly Israel did. The only country in the world wherein the moment you have COVID, next day entire social media and mass media, आपका नाम आएगा, आपका photo आएगा, and all the places you have visited in the past, वो भी लिखा जाएगा. Which train, which airport, flight you did. India में आप लिखेंगे, immediately people, libtards or what, they will go to the court and say, hey, why should my name be made public? Human right, mera human right. Are Israelis less human? This is important. And this is how they contained it beautifully. They started communicating on the daily basis through social media. And the only country, unlike India, India was so humble. We were so good to everyone. Our Prime Minister made it a point that Air India and other airlines would be allowed to fly from London, San Francisco, New York, Boston, and many places, Singapore and Hong Kong and all these places, under the name Vande Bharat, so that no one should be stranded. Because log bolenge mera bachcha udhar reh gaya. And you saw how one state of Kerala, we had flights coming every day, every time, so that our Indians should not be. But Israel was the only country in the world which immediately closed the borders. All Israelis, wherever you are, you stay. And non-Israelis, if you are in Israel, stay here. That's all. Nothing doing. Even Prime Minister and all the ministers, if you are out, you stay there. Take a call. And that's what exactly, and very importantly, the fatality was never taken into consideration. कितने लोग मर जाएंगे ऐसा lockdown या no lockdown के लिए decide नहीं होगा. What will be allowed to decide is number of ventilators, number of severely ill patients, and very importantly, how many emergency care units are. Can you see the toughness, strictness, and clarity in their policies? And Ministry of Finance was asked immediately for how many, they would be the ones who would calculate how many days lockdown would be done. I am there in a state called Chhattisgarh, when there was hardly any case in the first wave. Over here, people organized a cricket series, Legends Cricket, Road Safety, and Bangladesh and Sachin Tendulkar and South Africa and all people came in the month of March, and a 10,000 audience stadium, 50,000 people, including my CM, was sitting without mask. And now you can appreciate first week of April, Chhattisgarh was number 2 after Maharashtra in the number of cases. And no one on earth can go and blame the CM. But this is not possible in Israel. They created new operation centers, and these operation centers, can you see in the red color, the only country in the world which says the operation centers would be monitored by representatives from army. Now you can understand, and each one of you people know the daring case. Army, that is Israel Defense Forces and Ministry of Defense was involved over there. You cannot do anything. So in India, anyone can stand up, say anything against any of the government people. In Israel, you can't because army is there. And can you see further? Intelligence division of the Israeli Defense Forces was made to establish the National Information and Knowledge Center. That's what exactly. Now, why I'm teaching is so that you people can understand the efficacy of management and behavioral perspective, and then some dimensions, so that my dilemma is over at the end of the class. They were the one wherein control centers were there to identify the risk and opportunities. India also had, there is no deny, and India had beautifully done. Crisis management team was also there. India also had, and very importantly, can you believe, Israeli created Supreme Hospitalization Authority also, which will very strictly define whether to or whether not to. And this is important. And National Security Council was created. Oh my God, Prime Minister himself was heading. India also, we had equally good, no questions. So these people were made to supervise and coordinate. And now you see, finally, they created Corona Cabinet. Corona Cabinet was 16 ministers, which was later reduced to 10. Now you see the beauty. Israel is a nation wherein no gender, no sex. These two words are never used. On the contrary, I have made it yellow color so that you can understand how leech populace media like BBC. BBC was not interested in how beautifully Israel is curving its corona, and by creating Corona Cabinet, they were more interested. Why all 10 people are males, and why all there are no ministers, only government minister, why civilians are not included? No, this is how the media, international media, including Twitter and all these nonsense people, they try to sway the government decisions. And that's what exactly people are watching, how in India also they are trying to meddle into. And there was a coronavirus law. Oh, Japan cannot understand. Can there be a law on this? But Israel created. And this law was the one which really imposed significant restrictions on public life. Indians will always go against. Why I have right to do? And I'm sure you people must have seen the funny video wherein a girl and a male, they were without mask driving out there in a alley, and the lady says anything to the police when the police wanted to stop them. You dare to say this thing and you would be shot within fraction of thin of air and you are out. This is how the country is managed. Another way of doing it. I'm not saying right or wrong, because case study teacher cannot teach you right or wrong. He says this is one of the alternatives. And then there was a project manager, which was supposed to handle Israeli shield. What is Israel shield? The shield was to make the people trust what the government was doing. And that's what exactly, it was a trust to be done. And very importantly, the last line of Israel, you can see, they would be granted all authorities. Oh my God. Now you have 100% authority. Now you cannot say, someone cannot stand up and say, the Prime Minister didn't call the meeting in the parliament. Oh, Baba, it is Corona. Corona will not wait. ठीक है, तुम parliament में meeting करो, फिर हम तुम्हारे decision के बाद हम फैलेंगे. It's not that. In Israel, they went in for took all authorities, and that's the way they tested, they investigated, and this particular entire authority was invested for testing, investigation, and isolation. So this is all about Israel. And now I close Israel with the last beautiful story. I'm sure you people are aware. Now, of course, there is a new man, Naphtali, but just before Naphtali, there was Netanyahu. So what did Netanyahu do? All my business management students can understand the leadership, and this is that. Last fortnight, this man declared that everyone has been vaccinated, all schools and colleges to be opened. How did he do? He simply did because he was a student of MIT, and then he enrolled himself for PhD at Harvard. Of course, he could not finish. But when there was a case of vaccination, he immediately identified which are the companies who are at the maximum of the race. And he identified the two companies, Pfizer and Moderna. And fortunately, incidentally, the CEOs of these companies are alumni of the two institutions. And this man developed personal rapport within 2 days. And within 7 hours, believe you me, my friends, within 7 hours, an agreement was signed with Pfizer. And can you believe? $15 per dose Pfizer was asking. Israel paid $30 per dose. If India, it was the case, entire opposition would have gone, Rafael kha gaya paisa, wo kha gaya paisa. No. Netanyahu outrightly said, why I'm paying more? Because I want Pfizer to do it to me at immediate. So by November, everything was done to Israel. And now extra $15 when he was asked, why did you pay extra $15? See, what did he say? he said the total amount they overpaid was minuscule fraction of if Israel was supposed to go for lockdown. So they calculated the opportunity cost and they paid it. Made Pfizer give everything possible. They even agreed to give the trial phase 3 data also. And never mind, they did it and now they are clean. Now I come to the last part. Ankur, you please do tell me the moment I am to close, because now I'm not taking all the 14 countries. I'm immediately coming down to the country which I disclosed. And what a beautiful, कुछ बात है कि हस्ती मिटती नहीं हमारी, सदियों से दुश्मन रहा दौरे जमा हमारा. And yes, the title of this country is always जहां डाल डाल पे सोने की चिड़िया करती है बसेरा. But unfortunately, no one in India these days is watching सोने की चिड़िया. अरे चिड़िया तो सोने की चिड़िया तो छोड़ो, आजकल चिड़िया भी नहीं दिखती है, लोग खा गए. India is what such a beautiful country wherein people speak, oh, love, peace, love, peace. Even the PETA people will immediately do all save animals, love animals, and in the lunch they will order chicken and mutton. Such a dual nation are we. And so, but I'm not there to criticize India, because what India had, I will tell you what exactly these American scientists saw. So just imagine, Ankur sir, your last part of your PhD data collection, last sample you are doing. And when you went over to India, and my God, in the cities like Nagpur, Raipur, Jhansi, Ranchi and all, when they started peeping into the window, and my God, they were literally on one heart attack, second heart attack, third heart attack. All the 3 heart attacks were ready for them. Why? Because India became the first country in their survey where they saw that mother was not standing away from the child. On the contrary, all 100% samples in India, they found mother was standing behind the child. Ankur sir, have you seen it? How Indian mother teaches the child? Mother would stand behind the child, दोनों हाथ से उसको पकड़ा है. And some of the houses, Sakshi ma'am, you must have seen those. Some of the houses, the baby's feet are not on the floor. Mama के पैर के ऊपर baby का पैर रख के पीछे से ऐसे से राजा बेटा राजा बेटा राजा बेटा. Oh my God. Now just see, when Indian mom is standing behind the feet, behind the baby, what is she teaching? First thing she is teaching is that you need not to worry. I am there. Every Indian house, there is a Shah Rukh Khan, मैं हूं ना. So Indian kids are not worried. Indian people are not worried. Everyone. And no one is worried of corona. And half of the population in India, now you can understand. देख लेंगे यार, हो गया तो हो गया. Oh my God. And this is the first thought. And the second one is, I am a Raja Beta. So every Raja Beta, and you can understand when it is a case of Raja Beta, Ankur sir. So every child in your class, when every student sitting in opposite you in your class, remember, don't shout at him. He's a Raja Beta. Even girls are Raja Beta these days, you know. So they are not afraid. And Raja Beta basically means people will take care of me. Why should I take care? मैं तो Raja Beta. And the third thing was very simple, very beautiful. What happened in the third case was when this particular baby, mama is teaching, come on baby, walk, come on baby, walk. And the baby is walking 1, 2 step, 3 step. After 3 step, the child says, mama, you leave me. I will walk off my own. 1 step चलेगा, 2 step चलेगा. जैसे ही तीसरा step चलने के लिए चला, उसने मम्मी को बोला, मामा तुम तो छोड़ दो. चल गया and गिर गया. था. The moment baby falls, and then this mom will just run like a typical Bollywood actor. And she will go over there, pick the baby and shout, मेरा बेटे को गिरा दिया, मेरा बेटे को गिरा दिया, मेरे बेटे को. Ankur, have you seen that? Are you sure?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Sir is
sir.
laughing. I'm sure you people have. What is she teaching in this particular process? Now, ethnographically, you see behavioral modification and modulation. You see. So, Sakshi, what is this child is being taught that for every failure of yours, blame others, and that's what exactly. Blame your teacher, blame your school, blame your boss, blame your director, blame your area head, blame everyone. Sarkar ko bhi blame karo, and that's what is India all about. And that's the manifestation. Good or bad, I repeat once again, I am not talking anything. And here I come to you people. So where is India now? And the beauty of India was, believe you me, my brothers and sisters, India created the best of the word awareness message. India was much ahead of the world. Again, the same US Post said that India had highest number of awareness when it comes to corona. Even a maid servant sampled over there in Dharavi, or for that matter, rickshaw puller done over there in a small town of Rajasthan, he also knew there is corona as early as 2020 March. On the contrary, Americans, I'm sure you people are aware, US people were not even aware of corona till September. Half of the people were going to the court and asking, why should I wear the mask? No mask. I hope you people must have seen no masking campaign in US. In Italy and all these nations, people were not even aware. And southern states of United States of America, oh God, which are Hispanic states and Spanish speaking states, they were not at all aware of awareness. India created the best, and each one of you, on the contrary, on the lighter side, you must have seen many times the people would always say, "Har bar ye ringtone kyun sunna padta hai, Baba? Kitna sunna padta hai? Corona, corona, corona." But yes, so our Prime Minister asked you people to clap and do thalis and all. Most of the people criticized it, but the fact was that was basically how you create cognition among the people. This is called spirit on Chante. And then comes information portals. Believe me, again, when National Health, NHS over there in Britain complained that their site is 14 hours updated, India is as smart as 4 hours updation. I'm sure you people are aware. Every 4 hours, absolutely in sync with the data, how many active, how many discharged, how many deaths, and how many from each state, and further within the states, how many from that. This is the level India did it. The topic, overall theme for Sakshi ma'am's event is indigenous technology. Believe me, indigenous doesn't mean traditional. Indigenous is much more, and that's what exactly India has created. We created MyGov portal, we created National Health portal, and these portals are much ahead. Social media hubs, they were there to take the feedback. And believe me, my friends, what is the use of the feedback? As a teacher, when Sakshi is taking a feedback after 6 classes, and there is a feedback that comes from the student, immediately ma'am will modulate the syllabus. But in India, what happens is every 3 days, when the new feedback is coming, and there is the ministry and there is the prime minister who slightly changes. Okay, after 60 days, okay, after 45 days, okay, after 42 days, and people say, "Hey, Baba, itna confused karte hain." They don't understand. They want feedback to be taken, but they don't want the feedback to be put as a feed forward. This is one case. So MyGov, I have shared with you suggestions and ideas and comments are there. And very importantly, we went in for Arogya Setu. Believe you me, Arogya Setu, and I told you again, an advanced nation, highly educated nation like Japan with just a population hardly less than 200 million, and India is such a great big population, 135. But somewhere down the line, the gap was hardly 17 days in putting it, and India did it. But somewhere again, behavioral is many of we people don't want that particular. We want apps of Myntra. We want apps out there for all dirty Amazons and everyone. We don't want app over there, Arogya. Because जब मेरा पापा मेरे से नहीं पूछते मैं किधर जाता है, तो ये आरोग्य सेतु क्यों मेरे से पूछता है? I have my own life. It's my life. The wristbands are there. Geofencing technology, we were there. But the question again is, on the lighter side, if I am a student of psychology, I will wonder, अरे बाबा, इन लोगों को पकड़ने की क्या जरूरत है? Why we want geofencing over there so that कौन किधर घूम रहा है? बट इंडिया में करना पड़ता है, क्योंकि जैसा 2 मिनट के लिए भी अगर ट्रेन आउट ऑफ द आउटस्कर्ट्स में रुकता है, सारा लोग नीचे खड़ा हो जाता है जाके. इंडियंस को बिठाना बहुत मुश्किल है. It's very difficult. And people were literally roaming out there from COVID wards to non-COVID wards. And even I have heard of from the director of one of the hospitals that non-COVID ward वाले लोग भी COVID ward में जाके देखते हैं. सर हम देखने आए कैसा होता है. अरे बाबा पकड़ लेगा कोरोना तुम्हें. And there it is. So, and we have quarantine monitors, and even the Tamil Nadu State Police, they further created COVID and all these packages. Corona Watch, and Corona Watch was created by Karnataka government and many other things. I will not speak much. Now you can see AI-based screening was also done, and we have a very beautiful Government of India institution which developed an X-ray modulation, wherein from the X-ray put out there, and you can identify whether the infection is there. And then the war rooms were created at various levels, and many of the war rooms are very active. Corona warriors really did good out there in India. And this is what exactly. So we created telehealth, and this I'm just not reading it out because Dr. Leheria was more smart, much ahead of me on all these things. So we created all that, and this is what exactly. So we created ICC war room. Drones have been used in India for the first time in a social medicine or public medicine case. And that was unfortunately definitely for video surveillance, not for delivery, but video surveillance, we did it. But fair, good. And of the technology, coming down to the vaccine, India is one of the rarest nations on earth which was able to create Covaxin and Covishield, of course, with the help of an outside agency, but never mind. And we are already in the trials for Dr. Reddy's lab and Biological Evans and many companies. This is the vaccination drive. India, see the large populace, even educated people are saying, "Pehle aur log lagayenge to main dekhega, fir main lagayega." No, with this, still India has done not so bad. Every day we are vaccinating nearly one Qatar, a country Qatar, and similarly, but then we are pushing it fast. most probably Sputnik into the one function, and our numbers will increase, and government started funding. So this is all the efforts we did over there, and you can appreciate beautiful project was created by Dr. Tripathi, and that is 2G formula, which was a world's unique in India on managing it. ISRO created lot roles over there, oxyflow and all. But then the question comes is again Praja Dharma, because it's all the dilemma over there. And I will not speak much, but you know it. This is unfortunate what we saw across. A girl, Neha Khan, was arrested over there in Aligarh for she vaccinated, still not vaccinated. A state of Punjab, in a canal, you saw huge sack of remdesivir. Oh my God, that's what exactly is unpious, immoral. There is a story that all the ventilators put over to Punjab government, and Punjab government officials sabotaged that. Punjab government was accused of selling the vaccines over there. Rajasthan, we saw how the vaccines have been put under the garbage, or for that matter, even dug under the earth. And this is, even in this case, the wastage out there in Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand was very really a state of concern. That is efficacy, management of Chinese virus. And this is what I can share with you, how remdesivir found in canal water, and very importantly, private hospitals were put in wrongly, fake, and this is what is the case. Black markets and the case. Oxygen cylinders and the case. Overbooking of hospitals and the case. Lot and lot issues, and this is black marketing case. And even the cops were doing derived, what you call finance people saw derivatives and synthetics, and yeah, they were also creating derivatives facts out there. The police who is police is further accused for helping the accused and that particular thing. And this is the last part of you people, and you can appreciate that there is a victim. Just imagine a case wherein the government of Maharashtra did not allow Bharat Bio to increase the capacity when the country needs more. So finally, Bharat Bio had to go to the court, take a stay, and start doing it something. Where are we in that? And there is my question to each one of you. And here is the dilemma already open. Yesterday, Sakshi ma'am, you handled a workshop on the case studies, and I'm sure you must have heard and told the people the entirety of a case depends upon dilemma. If there is no dilemma, it can't be called as a case study. And essentially, an element says that if there is a right answer or wrong answer in a case, it cannot be called as a case study. There has to be a good answer or a bad answer. And I pose to you people multiple thoughts to you. The first is situational leadership. Under that, I pose to you, is it Raj Dharma? Is it Praja Dharma? Is it what? And I have given to you very clear thought. Israel is all Raj Dharma. They played the game. And then the Raj Dharma in Japan's case was very different. And in India, two different dharmas played actually. So it was something Suras and Asuras playing it. Where is the balance and where is the total lead? That's all from my side. Over to you, Ankur. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It was really very interesting and insightful. I think you have given this Adur, you started with Adur Gopala Krishnan and Shyam Benegal example to the generation of Rohit Shetty and company. And you know, when I started, and I can relate a lot with that, when I started my journey into the academia, one thing my thesis advisor told me that management is highly contextual subject. You change the context, the understanding, the meaning. One thing which may work in certain situation might not be a right approach. And as beautifully with a very ode to mother, started with a very simple thing, how mothers behave with their child, taking that as a context, the importance of culture, and then we have seen three countries, Japan, Israel, and India, how with very different strategy, very unique strategy, both two countries were fairly successful, and third country is also catching up. So that's what basically the case study is. You change the context, you change the situation, and one thing which may work in other country may not work in other countries. As you were saying, targets are never achieved, and someone may say targets are there to be achieved. So with this, I'll open the floor for the questions. Yeah, so please, anyone who have question can unmute themselves and ask their question.
Good evening, Dr. Sanjay. Can I have a question?
Please, sir.
I'm Ashok, a faculty member at the School of Management, KIT. You presented the experience from the 3 countries. And your highlight was the behavior. Okay. The success of the 2 countries, Japan and Israel, can be traced to the behavior of people, and maybe not so good performance of India can be traced to not so desirable behavior. Okay. My question is, when you are talking of this virus and the actions taken by the government, by the society.
Say something, or are you on the phone? You are on mute.
Give me 1 minute.
Okay, you're on the phone. That's it.
Sorry. Okay. So,
Yeah, it's up.
I'm sorry. So my question to you is, how do you see the possibilities in India? Because we can never match up to the behavior of Japan and Israel. We have to have India-specific orientation considering our current reality, because their current reality is very different and our current reality is very different. We are not that disciplined like Japanese. We are very indisciplined. Our food habits are very different. Our day starts with slow poison, a cup of tea and biscuits. Okay, as I was telling in the morning. And we eat so much of wheat, and our immunity is so poor. We live in inhuman conditions. We work in inhuman conditions. We have very high level of stress, very high level of cortisol. So our context is very different. So considering that we are very, very different, what do you think is the performance of the management of this Chinese virus?
Sir,
Sir,
please
I-
unmute, sir.
Yeah.
Dr.
Professor Ashok, thank you for the question. And I just give me 2 minutes space so that I can go back and take you what is case study.
Sir.
My all friends, I'm just talking to you people the literal concept of cases. Remember, if there is a term, let's for instance diversification, conglomeratic diversification or concentric diversification, and I say company X did it like this, company Y did it like this, then please remember it's called caselet. Caselet per se is a small illustration which actually happened. There is no question, there is no dilemma. Second is called case story. Now, if Ankush sir is teaching new product launch and he says Nestle launches the new product, the idea generation is like this, idea screening is like this. Similarly, Sakshi ma'am is teaching something called as the, let's say for instance, primary equity markets and how the companies enter into the primary market. So she says we develop the prospect and then prospectus and then we do this and the betting is done, the merchant banker is hired. This is called case story, which is again an illustrative one and there is nothing to discuss and debate. Third comes is case study. What is case study? Let me share with you. Case study is something to debate about, something to argue about, something to discuss about, and essentially a case study must have a dilemma, but no case study on earth should have one solution. I repeat once again for all my friends who are novice or naive to case studies, let me share. Take an example of quantitative techniques or take an example of finance. Let's talk finance, capital budgeting. If there is a situation given and I expect the students to draw NPV or IRR, and students simply use the formula and then drive NPV, net present value, or for that matter IRR or something like that. And then the student says A case is better than or A project is better than B. Please remember, it's not a case study. If there is one solution and teacher can tick right answer, wrong answer, right answer, wrong answer, it is not supposed to. It is called numerical then. Understand that. So there has to be dilemma. Dilemma basically means multiple thoughts, multiple processes, which are actually focused to inculcate the value. Now, sir has very beautifully, Ashok sir has actually helped me to explain my thought also. So what is that particular value? What was the purpose of my case? My purpose of my case is no theorem of leadership is successful, and there are two schools equally. One is called standardization approach and second is called customization approach. So if a student is taught at IIM Ranchi that X company Pfizer did it like this, so student will learn, and in his life also he will try to replicate Pfizer. That would be wrong. And that's what exactly I want to teach. Different situations, different people, different circumstances, you require different sets. And that's the reason why I shared two contradictory examples before coming down to India. One is absolutely let the people do it, and we love you, you love us, and the nation is great. And that's what you people know. Nippon, Japan in the local language is called Nippon, and the meaning of Nippon is not a country. It's the only country in the world where the meaning is not country. Nippon basically means enterprise. On the contrary, Israel is a country for them. अगर बोलोगे Israel country नहीं है, वो murder हो जाएगा, because entire issue is about being a land. So this is what exactly, so standardization versus this. Now coming down to, if you ask, sir, so what is the solution? And that's what exactly, I repeat once again what I was talking to Ankur sir before the start of the case, that it is for the people, your audience to deliberate, bring more and more thoughts, and no thought as a best teacher in the case. Case teacher never gives you the right, final solution, because there is no final solution. There are the set of solutions. So from the language of Ashok sir, what I draw, I can draw the first question for the case. What are the factors that inhibit the success implementation of COVID policy or Chinese pandemic policy in India? So now you can let the students assimilate from the multiple cases. I hope my finance students and international finance students can appreciate. There's a framework called BERI, Berry Index. I'm sure you must have done. What's the costliest consulting firm, wherein the firms are, this firm is hired by the countries to whether to go into that country or not. Basically, Berry is that level company. So, so this is what exactly is the case. So what are the factors, or what are the impediments, or what are the facilitating factors which will help to put ourselves over there? And again, there's no answer. Multiple answers. Let the people discuss and debate and move on. And this is the reason why I closed that particular question with the last thought. And I'm sure all my friends who have ever attended case writings and all, please remember, when you are teaching the case study, remember never to conclude the case study. Best teachers never conclude. They simply wrap up. Case is always wrapped. Case is never concluded, because teachers should not give a predisposition to the solution on the case. And that's what is my purpose. So Ashok sir, thank you for this.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
So as we are quickly running out of time, I can take one quick question.
Sir.
Okay. Okay, there are two, but okay. Hello. Okay, so thank you, Professor. Thank you for putting us in the dilemma of Praja Dharma versus Raj Dharma. I think you have given us a lot of food for thought. Thank you very much. And with this, we will end the session. I'll just end with, when you started the session, you said one thing, and when you are taking the Japanese example, that adversity cannot be an excuse. And that's what I take from this session, that we have seen countries like Japan with all these adverse conditions were so successful and has been a source of inspiration for other countries. Thank you, Professor Parasar. Thank you very much. It was really a very enriching session. I would like to thank the center for conducting this seminar, center co-chairs, Professor Anshuman and Professor Sakshi. Thank you, Mr. Bala, for IT support, and thanks to all the participants for attending the session and asking questions. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thanks all. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ankur sir.
Thank you, Balaji. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Very nice. No glitches.